So, guys, today I want us to look at a conversation that South Africans have been having for a couple of years now. And honestly, I feel like this is one of those conversations that has been suppressed for a very long time. But I have no doubt that in a couple of years, this is a conversation that is going to take the center stage. So we might as well speak about it right now because whether we like it or not, it is going to confront us. This is a conversation about South Africa needing a white president. This is something that South Africans have been speaking about for a couple of years now. People have been asking that, guys, is it time for us as black people in this country to elect a white president? Because clearly the comrades have failed this country. This is what South Africans have been saying for a couple of years now. And if you go on social media, you will not find people having these discussions on social media. And I understand why some people might be scared of having these types of discussions on social media because people are scared of the possible backlash that could come to them. And I also understand that not everybody can withstand the criticism coming their way simply because they had an opinion on something. So right now in the country we have a lot of people that are even scared to express what they think because of the possible backlash that could come to them if they start saying what they actually think. So this is where we are right now. So yesterday, guys, I actually saw a video of the leader of AMCU, Mr. Joseph Mathunjwa, and this is one of those things that Mr. Joseph Mathunjwa said that, guys, maybe, just maybe, we need to vote for white people to take over this country because the comrades have failed this country. So I was quite surprised by the shock that people had on social media. I was quite surprised by the reaction that came from social media, people acting as if this is not what South Africans have been talking about for a couple of years now. People honestly acting like this is not a conversation that South Africans are having. You look at the track record of the ANC, you look at the fact that South Africans have been voting for these people simply because they are black, not because their policies are nice, not because these people are actually working for them, but South Africans for the past 30 years, they have been voting for the ANC simply because the ANC is led by black people. And the fact that right now we are having this conversation, I blame the comrades. I blame the comrades because the comrades somehow they managed to make everything about race in this country instead of competence. So at this point, South Africans, instead of debating about the best possible candidate that could actually lead this country going forward, people are talking about the skin color of that person. We are not saying, guys, we think such and such may be the best to actually lead this country because of these qualities that they possess. No, people right now, they are having discussions about the skin color of the person that will possibly lead this country going forward. I blame the comrades for that. I blame the comrades for that. So this is what Mr. Joseph Mathunjwa said over the weekend in Marikana.
Comrade, the government denied them that opportunity. So as we go back home, comrade, we must check all these mines that have been mothballed. These mines that are they put them in care and maintenance. We must list them and go to the government as a community, as Labour Party, as AMCU to say, we want the license to open these mines. The minerals are not for the government. The minerals of the country belongs to the people. The government is a custodian of our minerals. They must understand that we cannot have 40% of unemployment in this country, the country that is blessed with so much minerals, and come people ababuya phesheya bazosiqalela ukuthi sivala le mine ngoba senzi super profit. Buyisi license yethu, let's go and mine. Comrades, the unity of South African is so important. Let's unite and South African. If before 1994, the unemployment was less than 10% under the nationalist government, where there was sanction in this country, but many people were working, what has went wrong? In the democratical state, where there is no sanctions against South Africa, but we are sitting above 40% of unemployment. hayi ilizwe lisihlulile asivume asivume bari ka spedi sitlharisa motho ke lekgowa.
So over here, Mr. Mathunjwa is basically saying that, guys, the governance has, we have failed in governance. And he proceeded to say one of the popular sayings that the medicine for a black person is a white person. That if you want a black person to operate functionally, then you need to have a white person there. This is normally what you would hear people say, especially in the townships. You know, when the comrades are working on these projects of theirs that they never finish, you will hear people saying that, you know, man, if you could actually put a white supervisor there, man, these people would actually work. So right now, Mr. Mathunjwa is saying the same thing, that, you know, the remedy for a black person is actually a white person. You heard what I say?
Comrade, if Mathunjwa is not the president of South Africa, as you told you, van der Merwe abe president wale country, sivele sihlukane nalento ayikho lento le.
So he's basically saying that if he does not become the president of this country in 2029, then we might as well vote for van der Merwe to lead this country.
Undivile kuba ndithini?
You heard what I say?
Ndithi,
I'm saying,
if the future president is not Joseph Mathunjwa, ayasibizeni ibhunu libe upresident we-country once.
if the president is not Joseph Mathunjwa himself, then let's call a Boer to be the president of this country.
Ngoba abantu bahlulekile man.
Because these people have failed.
Chin, we were worse off. Siphume emakhaya sinyathela amasimba.
And he says that when we get outside of our homes, we are stepping on top of, guys, I'm sorry to say this, but he says shit. So I think he means the sewage, that when you get out of your home, the first thing that you meet, it is a sewage. And all of these things are happening under the black governance. So I don't know how long the comrades are going to ignore this conversation, but I think the more the comrades ignore this conversation, it's the more it's going to continue. That's what I actually think. Because people are looking at the ANC. They're looking at the ANC to say, but guys, you know, when the architects of apartheid said that you guys cannot govern yourself, and if we give you guys the country, then you're going to run this country to the ground, they were actually right. They were actually right. Because you look right now, the country is crumbling. Nothing is working in this country. Nothing is working in this country, man. The situation in this country is actually depressing. It's depressing. Even when you meet people on the street, people are depressed. People are depressed because people are not working, man. Some of the people, man, they want to go to school. They cannot go to school. This is the situation that every South Africans are facing. And all of these things are happening under a black governance. And I know when this whole mess of the comrades starts to affect the grants of the people, maybe, just maybe, people will start to wake up. Maybe people will start to wake up. But rational South Africans have been saying that, guys, maybe we gave it a shot, we failed, fine. Let's give it back. Let's give it back. Let's give it back. And this is what people are saying. It's fascinating, man. This conversation is fascinating. I remember I used to have this conversation with my grandmother, like, I think like 10 or 15 years ago, before she passed away. And one of the things that would actually anger my grandmother, she would say that, you know, back in apartheid, you will not find young people roaming in the streets, man, standing at the corners, smoking cigarettes and doing nothing. You will not find that, man. The apartheid policemen, they would never allow that. The apartheid government would actually never allow a young person to roam around the streets to do nothing. But look at you guys today. My grandmother was actually shocked. It was something like a culture shock to her, that people our age, they would go to school, they would finish school, and they would actually sit at home and do nothing. It was shocking to her that it's even possible. It was shocking because back in the days, if you went to school, then clearly your life was sorted. But today, you can go to school, but your life is not going to be sorted. I mean, right now, guys, we are looking even at the situation where the doctors are protesting for jobs. Can you just imagine? The whole doctors, people go to school, man, to study medicine. Now, these people are sitting at home. We have the nurses that are sitting at home. chartered accountants that are sitting at home, engineers, town planners. These people are sitting at home. And all of these things are happening under a black governance that always likes to go around and tell the people of this country how much they love them and how much they are transforming their lives in the ways of Fikile Mbalula. So that's why I'm saying, like, whether we like it or not, at some point, this is a conversation that it is going to confront South Africans. At some point, we have to talk about it, whether we want it or not. Whether we want it or not. So I don't know, guys. What are your thoughts? Do you think that this conversation is going to have some steam going forward? I don't know. What are your thoughts? Please tell me what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to hit the like button and the most important part, subscribe. My name is Thomas Mabasa. I will see you next time. Bye bye.